So first is the water distribution in Sergi in Santo Rosario. So the main canal extends through the fields of Zanzeras, Sergi, and Santo Rosario, which is traveling along the perimeter of their fields. Interestingly, in the eastern sections of the Zanzeras have a lower farm, so then density. This means water is supplied directly to the fields primarily through the larger ditches originating from the main canal rather than an extensive network of smaller secondary and tertiary channels. So Zanjeras Neb receives its water through the small and narrow littoral that connects directly to the main canal at the shared boundary with Sergi in Santo Rosario. Both Sergi and Santo Rosario are considered to be at tailed positions of the irrigations, meaning they are the farthest end of the main water supply. And so, given the complex configuration of the canal system and the number of areas, analyzing the fair and the efficient allocation of water among all 9 Zanzeras is crucial. To achieve this, measurements of water flow or volume were required. These measurements were taken at 11 different sites across the irrigation system. These specific measurements points are visually represented on the map in the figure 7, which is the report of my partners, Miss Hasna. Also next is the which is the water distribution procedures, continuous flows, and networks. So first is water generally flows continuously along the main canal into the various lateral canals within these service areas of most areas. Water is distributed to individual fields through etiquette network or of smaller ditches. However, for Sergi and the Santo Rosario, the method is different. What water flows directly from the main canal and it flows to the fields without passing through any intermediate channels, indicating a more direct or possibly less controlled delivery. Next is the water scarcity management in corporations. So, during periods of water scarcity, when the demands for water is high, delivery is managed by rotation. So, this process requires the corporation of several zanjeras within the federation. True, not always 9 zanjeras participate in a rotation. The specific configuration of the canal system dictates how rotation is implemented. For example, Zanzerat that shares a common channel or lateral will often rotate water delivery among themselves. Additionally, Zanzeras with adjacent laterals sometimes practice a rotational arrangement where one Zanzeras might request another to reduce its water consumption for a given period, allowing the first Zanzeras to receive the water allocations it needs. Next is water control structure and maintenance. Water control instructions within the system are primarily constructed using readily available local materials such as rocks, branches, and weeds. So this approach makes these structures relatively easy to remove or repair as needed. When specific lateral canals or sections of the main canal need to be temporarily closed off for maintenance to divert water to other areas or during rotation. This is the typical achieved by simplifying sands at the entry point of the sections. So next is the water control structures and turnouts. So after that, the irrigation system utilizes simple water control structures made from readily available materials like rice, rocks, and assorted debris. These structures, often called jigs, are built across the canal to raise the water level. At points where water is diverted into a smaller lateral canals known as turnouts, concrete slats are installed. These slats allow for convenience insertions of flashboards, which are essential wooden or metal plates used to open or close the flow of water into a particular lateral. So other is let's proceed to emergency water distributions. During times of extreme water scarcity, an individual on zero can request a special permission from the other Federation members to temporarily divert the entire system water supply to its own area for a specific period. This emergency procedure is accomplished by the temporarily closing of the lateral canals and establishing checks at various points within the system to raise the water level where needed. These critical procedures are frequently carried out during the night, presumably to minimize the disruption or maximize flows, and typically involve only a few individuals to manage the process. The next is manpower and crop prioritizations during scarcity. So, to manage the orderly distribution of water, especially during the scarcity, Zanzera's employees or small works units, one group is responsible for setting up the necessary checks and closing turnouts, and they stand guard to ensure these temporary control devices are not tampered with. Other group focus on the actual delivery of water to the fields during scarcity. Parcel what crops and the greatest need of water are prioritized and receive water first. The remaining water volume is then distributed to the rest of the parcel in an orderly sequential manner, with each parcel receiving water via its frontage in turn. So after that, the next is duration and system return to normal. So this scarcity management procedure can last for several nights, with difference or works unit taking turns to perform the necessary function of water management. Once all the parcels have been adequately irrigated and the immediate period of extreme need has passed, the irrigation system reverts to its normal operating mode. So the normal mode of water distribution is described as a simultaneous, implying the water flows to multiple areas currently rather than through the strict rotational of prioritized delivery. So thank you. I hope you understand my report.